Alright guys, due to your constant want and my realization that I should continue Bionicle Classic Reviews, I'm doing it, man. And guess who we're starting with? None other than the original Takanuva Toa of Light. Now this came out in 2003, the height of Bionicle. It was huge, they were making a movie, and when I saw this set, it was the first ever vehicle set. And I was excited as heck. Now, that's just kind of the backstory. All of you Bionicle fans know who Takanuva is, so I don't need to get too far into the story. Here is what the box was. Now, they hadn't released many two big boxes of these in a long time, since like 2001, with all the animals and all of the new Ijaga and stuff, so it was a big deal. It had 9 and up, 167 pieces, and was about $20. Nowadays, this kind of set would be like $30. It's ridiculous, right? Anyways, you can see a little thing on here because I was in Cub Scouts and I sold enough nuts that I could win this. So I didn't even really buy it as a kid. Look, it says Den 4, Zachary Kaplan, Lego Bionicle, Large Takanuva. Even has the set number. Isn't that cute? I'm never going to get rid of that because that would probably just ruin it. So, on the front, you see him standing in front of his speeder. You see 167 pieces, Takanuva
97.
riding it.
97.
Oh, is that 97?
You're upside down.
Thank you. It had advertised for the old Bionicle website right here at the top. Went back when it used to be awesome. Oh, another thing on the front is that they do advertise the clear, crystally, goldy, shiny mask of the version of his mask. On the back, we have him riding it. The function of the blades folding up so he can fly and land, and kind of where you would press the button. And then we have all other 4 kind of Titans or larger sets advertised. Makuta, Jollar and Guko Rider, and then Takua and Puku. And then you have this, which is a combination of Takanuva and Makuta. And I did make it at one point. I'm not going to make it to review, but they did advertise it. Instructions were online. Let's open this up, shall we? Quickly, let's just go down memory lane. Look at the old instruction booklets. Look how detailed they were. Oh my god. These things were awesome. They even said click when you'd put the thing in the back of his head. Let's just go to the very end. Oh man. The Rakshi were the coolest things ever. You guys remember that? I have a couple. I think I have all of them actually. I'd be willing to review them if you hit me up. I'd review all 6 in one video though. Other Titans. Rakshi. All the Krana. God. Pretty awesome. And then on the back we haven't advertised the movie, the website, and the game, which I still play once in a while just for nostalgic purposes. Alright, let's take a look at Takanuva. So earlier the year before we were introduced to the Toanuva, and they all had this kind of armor. The shoulders, the chest, the big mask, the bulk legs. And we were finally, Takanuva. We were finally introduced to a gold version, and getting a gold Bionicle was awesome. It was the bee's knees, man. And I remember looking at it, and it's not exactly white, his color. It's kind of like, what would you call it? Because it's not...
Eggshell.
Is it white? Like eggshell. I'd say that, yeah, eggshell. Kind of like dirty white. But that went really well with the gold. I feel like pure white would have just made him look too crazy. Anyways, we'll just kind of take a look at him because he's pretty much similar with the gears on the back, which we were introduced with in the original Toa, which I loved. Oh, is the phone really ringing right now?
Yep.
Can we go through it? Anyways, look. He moves his arm. It's awesome. And there was a spot for his spear on the back. Mom, answer the phone, goddamn. There's a spear on his back. You can just take it off. That's pretty awesome. They didn't do that with any of the other Toa, but people started doing it with their own. Anyways, you could put it in his hand, and he'd hold his spear, and he'd go out there, and just awesome. Also, there was one of the first heads they actually made in white, too. And I just remember holding this guy and thinking I had all the power in the world. The mask, we all know the classic Takanuva Toa of Light, the Mask of Light mask. Advertised everywhere in the movie, and we got it on an actual figure. Now let's take a look at Mr. Takanuva's bike. Alright, here is his speeder. I think it was what's it called? The Usanui? Yes, Usanui. And if there's a couple pieces missing here and there, you might be able to notice because, I mean, I've had it over the years, and so it's worn off, and there might be like pieces off the side that I can't exactly find at the moment. But for the most part, it's pretty much intact. The story behind it is that all the Takanuva put some weapons together, some Borok pieces, and were able to make this work. Doesn't look like that. In the movie, it looks more like that, but you can kind of tell. What was really cool about this is it was made out of a lot of the back pieces of Rockshi where they would keep their Krana. So there are all these spots which you can open up and put Krana in to power the vehicle, which was just really a cool thing to do. Perfect place for him to sit and to lay down on his chest. Underneath, now it wasn't really explained until the movie, but this is Joller's mask, Toa Likan mask if you really want to get deep into history, but Joller's mask was put there so he could try and maybe resurrect him, Takanuva, aka Takua, who had just turned into the Toa of Light. And he put it in there. Little did he know Holly was hiding in there too, although you look at this and it's like, there's no way. So here's kind of a side profile. You have Borok Hall weapons for their hands here, for both the white one and the green one. Forget their names at the moment. And then here's the little ball piece. What you would do is you would push this down, and could you zoom out now, Adoya? Push this down and look what happens to the fins. Boom! It's in fly mode, baby. Alright. So if he was on the ground, just like this, you would press this and he's off to fly. He's ready to go. Now, back in the day, we didn't really have issues with color scheme because just getting a vehicle was awesome. So if I had a complaint, I would say the gray and silver is kind of boring. But back then, this was the most awesome thing LEGO had been creating with Bionicle in a long time. So really, I gotta say, no complaints. The point is that it's lifeless at the moment because Joller's mask is also gray. So we've taken a look at the entire vehicle, all of its functions. Even the back opens up. Every Rockshi back piece opens up. Let's get him on it. Alright, so here we've got Takanuva ready to ride. As you can see on the side, there are little spots where you can put his hands in the Borok Hall weapons. They fit perfectly in little pegs for him to ride off. In order for it to work, you'd have to take his head and kind of put it upwards on the joint so that way he was looking straight when he rode it, otherwise he just looks stupid. You put the weapon on the back. Let's press the little button. Where is it? There we go. Flipping it up and whoosh, ready to go. Totally awesome set. I mean, I fell in love with Takanuva being the Toa of Light and all, but with the speeder, he's even more badass. So back then, it was 20 bucks. You could try to find it on eBay or something now, but just like I did 2 years ago, I'm going to be reviewing classic Bionicle sets. Don't forget, it also came with the very rare Mask of Light that also was clear and had reflection. I think halfway through the summer they started selling the version with this mask and just started selling the regular one. So they are limited edition pieces. Besides that, I loved the set. I'd give it out of like 5 because I like to rate Bionicles like around 5. I give it a 5 out of 5. 10 out of 10. Totally awesome. You know, with today's standards, they've changed it up, but with all the functions and it was fun to build too. I remember back then. So 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. I love Bionicle. Expect more classic reviews of Makuta, of Takua, of Joller coming back at you soon. Leave in the comment section below what sets you guys would like me to review next. Anyone. I pretty much have almost every Bionicle. Like the comments and I'll see which ones get the most top likes, because that's how I will decide what I'm going to review next. Until then, I'll see you guys later, and this is LegomationStudio signing out.